Hello, welcome to the video for my Sony TR11e camcorder, handy cam, and I'm going to run through what it comes with. It's going to be a boring video if you're not interested, but it should give you a lot of detail if you are. So there's a carry bag, which is a canvas with a shoulder strap and clips. One of the little clips is broken there, but it's no great shakes. It still holds the camera well. It's got a divider in there and padding, and also very handy for shipping it with. The AC adapter, so this is the charger, so it's 100 to 240 volts, so quite happily to use in America, and that's the AC adapter, and it comes with a UK style plug if you require it. If you don't, we'll hook it out. But the AV cable is one of these things, which is a 3.5mm, but with 3 bands on it, or 4 divisions. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions, and that goes to phono females. So you simply just adapt it to what you've got on your device, and yeah, mains cable, we've been through that. Wide angle lens. Now I bought this to give it some better wide angle, and it's 0.45 wide angle, and it does do macro as well. I think it may not, I'm not sure, but it's definitely good for wide angle. What do we got there? We've got a little cap there. I think, was there a lens cap for it? No, there's no lens cap for that, but there is the original Sony lens cap, and that requires an adapter, which is a 30 to 37mm adapter, and that simply just screws on the front of the lens there. And whilst we're on the subject of the lens is in really good order. It's a Carl Zeiss lens. I think it's pretty fast. This camera was not cheap. When I bought it, it cost me a lot of money, but it did earn its keep, because I used it for recording videos of cars I was selling at the time and uploading them to the internet, which was a pretty early idea. Now of course it's all the rage. This camera, the battery is good, and it's a lump of a battery. It's not the original, but it does say, what does it say on it? Just battery pack, so it's probably obviously a cheap Chinese imitation, but it's got some weight and it does power the camera fine. There is a colour viewfinder which slides up and down within this sliding mechanism. It's got night shot. There should be a rubber bung that goes over there, but I just lost it somewhere. And I think I've actually got the original box and the instructions somewhere, but I've moved home about 5 times since I bought this, and it may well be in my father's attic. But it has headphone out, it has a microphone, digital I/O, it's got the that's the charging port, it's got DV out, FireWire, and that's the port you plug in those AV cables to. We've got infrared focus, stereo microphones, hot shoe. Let's just turn it on as well, put it into play mode. So the eject mechanism works like so. You just basically press that, open that, and the tape then pops out. Okay, it takes the DV tapes. I'll leave this one in there, DVC. It's probably done a lot of work, but I've just been out and recorded on the last 5 minutes of the tape, because that's probably the bit that didn't get used the most. So you just do not force anything, you just close that flap and it loads the cassette in, and then just drop that down. Very easy to break if you're not on the ball. So let's just open the colour screen, and we'll engage the remote control, which has got some batteries in it, and I'll just press play. Extends out. I'm using the viewfinder at the moment. So that's what I've just recorded a couple of minutes ago outside on this June summer's day. Now the remote can enable you to do zoom and record and all the rest of it, and I'll just go fast forward, and I've run the tape backwards and forwards a couple of times just to give the mechanism some exercise, as it were. Just press play again. Yeah, that's towards the end of the tape, so I'll do just a visual search. I knew I'd lose that bit of footage. Whilst it's, I'll tell you what we'll do, we can just rewind it back a bit, go back to some footage from 1995 or something, which is on this cassette. So in here, a multitude of buttons for titles, the menu, we've got LCD brightness, the volume control, fader, backlight, another digital display. There's a memory stick that's built in, see the photographs. We've got focus, auto, manual and infinity. More buttons on the side here. What are these? Anyway, there's a jog wheel, that's, you use that for the menu and you can push that in. Then over this side we've got the duo, well, it's a memory stick option. I don't know if it, oh yeah, that's it, there's that. You just pull that out, stop the rewind process. And there is a 4 megabyte card in there, a full 4 megabytes, goodness me. And then the main memory, the main power switch, which we go over here to player, and we've got the fast forward, rewind, manual controls. They're just touch, but it is nice to use the remote once you're in the play mode. It's easier to use. Put it back into play. There's electronic viewfinder in there. That's just yeah, there's nothing to display at the moment. What did I do? I can't remember. I'll just fast forward it again. Whilst it's doing that, let's just demonstrate menus and things like that. So menu button. And when you select what you want, push that button in, and we've got find. These are for photos, I believe. And then I can't remember how you get out menu end. Oh, return. There you go. And then up to the manuals. Return. So once you get the use of it, it does work quite well. There's NTSC playback as well. Remaining data codes, all the rest of it. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like this camera a lot. I've got a lot of fond memories of using it, and it does handle very well. It's nice and straightforward to use. It's complicated, but you don't have to. You just set it to auto, and you're away. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just put it into the camera mode, and let's say bring in my little model here. It's asking for the clock to be set, but I can't be bothered with that at the second. So there we are. That's our little model, and I've got the audio display on the screen. Sorry, that's on my camera I'm filming it on. But I think macro was pretty okay. Yeah, I think it does macro quite well. Yeah, look at that, nice and close up. With that wide angle lens on it, it works well. Right, I think that's about it, isn't it? Certainly is. Okay, if you're interested in that, if you just want to do video transfer from DCR tapes or whatever it takes to DVD or whatever, that'll make an ideal thing. But personally, I think the colours and the actual quality of this camera aren't bad at all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.